What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and Chris Rock has finally broken his silence for the first time since he got slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars. 3 days after he was attacked by Will Smith at the Oscars, Chris Rock made his first public appearance at the opening of his Ego Death Tour in Boston. Coming out on stage dressed in all white at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Chris Rock was greeted by the sold-out crowd at the packed Wilbur Theater with a standing ovation that lasted over 5 minutes as fans stood up, sat down, and then stood up again to applaud him. He did not directly address the incident at the start of his stand-up, but he asked the room, "How was your weekend?" Noting that he is still processing what happened, and that at some point, he will talk about that shit, and that it will be serious, and it will be funny. He told the crowd that he wanted to tell jokes before segueing to his set as an audience member yelled, "Fuck Will Smith." He explained that he had a whole show already prepared and written well before what happened with Will Smith, and that he just wanted to enjoy the night out and tell some jokes that he worked really hard on, because this tour wasn't just, it didn't just spring out of nowhere after he got slapped, at the Oscars. It was something he's been working on for a while, and he already had his whole set prepared. Now, I know this is going to be disappointing to a lot of people, and I say that because I am one of them. I am extremely disappointed here. I thought we were going to get a little bit more. But what I will say is this. The fact that he didn't really address it yet, and he said he's processing, and that he's going to talk about it, that lets you know he's not coming half-assed with it. Yeah, of course he could have thrown out a few cheap jokes tonight, but I'm sure there'll be jokes that people have already cracked before. Jokes that we've probably already seen play out on the internet over the past couple of days, because these Will Smith memes have been absolutely ruthless. But this means he's going to prepare, and he's going to come hard. He's not going to half-ass it. He's going to address it seriously in the funniest way he possibly can. And I appreciate that. I don't think that he had to come out here tonight and have everything prepared and know the right words to say, because what he went through is a very shocking moment for him. I can only assume. So I can appreciate the fact that he's gathering his thoughts and he's getting everything together and he's going to respond. But one thing he didn't do is he didn't say he accepted the apology. One thing he did do is say that he is going to address it. So I understand that he isn't happy about the situation. But everyone seemed to be so happy that he was there. The crowd was just packed around the block. And the people in the crowd seemed to be so excited. One Chris Rock fan said, "You can't miss an opportunity like this. We know he's going to say something, we just don't know what." Well, that fan may have been kind of disappointed by what Chris Rock winded up saying. But he did address it a little bit. So there's just all these fans packed around the arena, lined up to see his show. And that makes me happy, because I'm glad people are in his corner, and I'm glad that people are supporting him. And you know what? This makes me feel like buying a ticket to a Chris Rock show. And I'm not the biggest Chris Rock fan in the world. If you were to ask me a few days ago, I would have told you I'm a way bigger Will Smith fan than a Chris Rock fan. But at the end of the day, when I say a fan, that's a strong word, because I don't really put too much in these celebrities anymore. I used to have celebrities I looked up to. I used to have celebrities that I liked. But I kind of accepted the fact that basically all of them are bad people. So I don't really look up to any of them anymore. So I'm not a real fan of anyone at this point. But, I mean, I've never had anything against Will Smith. At one point, I would be what you call a Will Smith fan. I don't think there's a Will Smith movie I haven't seen. And for the most part, I will go so far as to say that I thought Will Smith was one of the more likable people in Hollywood. Weird, yes. His family, kind of questionable. But I try not to judge people for what they do and how they live their lives too much, as long as they're not pushing those views on other people. And Will Smith seemed to be an okay guy compared to a lot of people in Hollywood. And I expected better of Will Smith than what happened. And I think that, I'm not going to say it tarnishes his legacy, but it puts a bad taste in the mouth of a lot of people who expected better from him. I think Chris Rock, however, he's handling this situation perfectly. He's handling this situation with grace. And I can't wait to see and hear what he really has to say. And I appreciate the fact that he's showing everyone what it's like to be a grown man. He's not acting irrationally. He's not acting off of his emotions. Despite being slapped by Will Smith, he's still not saying anything yet because he is still processing what happened. He doesn't want to react too quickly. He doesn't want to say anything off the wall right off the bat. He wants to fully process the situation and then react accordingly to how he feels inside and what he feels comfortable saying and doing. The fact that he didn't respond tonight, I think, just goes to show how big of a person he is. Because even days after what happened, and I know he's got a lot to say, any of us can crack a joke on Will Smith at this point. I know Chris Rock has plenty of them. But he's still giving it time. Because life requires patience. Situations as delicate as this one, they require patience. And he doesn't want to put himself in the same position that Will Smith did by reacting off of emotions. He wants to take the time to fully process how this makes him feel and what he wants to say. And that's what being a man is all about. Not reacting off of those instant impulses and emotions. Being calm, cool, and collected. Being in control of yourself. Being in control of your domain. It takes a lot of maturity to do what Chris Rock is doing. And a lot of people haven't reached that level of maturity to understand that yet. But I hope one day they will grow enough as people to understand that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts about this situation down in the comments below. Are you disappointed? I respect it, but I mean, of course I wanted to hear some jokes. But I know they're coming. But I want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And as always, find some time out of your day to go watch a movie.